Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman, and if you own an iPhone with a Face ID sensor like many of us do, you know what a pain it is to try to unlock your phone when you've got your mask on, especially if you have a pretty long password. Apple just released a new update for the iPhone the other day, 14.5, that has a feature that you can enable so that if it detects a mask on your face, it will use your Apple Watch to unlock the phone, provided the watch is in close proximity. I wanted to demo how to get that set up right here because it's not a default feature, and I'll give you some things to think about as well. So let's dive into it. Now, right now, I am in my phone settings screen here, and what you want to look for on the main settings screen is the Face ID and passcode option here. Now, when you get to this screen, you're going to need to type in your passcode, even if you don't have your mask on. So let me do that right now, and then I'll show you what's next. So after you type in your passcode, you'll be brought to the Face ID and passcode screen. And what I'm going to do here is just scroll down a bit, and you'll see an option here if you have a watch paired with your phone to unlock with the Apple Watch. And what it's going to do, again, is look for having a mask on. And if it detects that, it will look to see if the watch is in proximity. Now, it does give you a warning here and says that Face ID cannot recognize you with a mask. So if somebody else were to be wearing a mask and your watch is nearby, it will unlock the phone. I did try that earlier with my wife. She put a mask on. I pointed the phone at her and it unlocked. So just be aware that this is not as secure as Face ID would be otherwise. So we're just going to acknowledge that and turn on this feature. And it'll just take it a second to do whatever it's doing, handshaking with the watch here. Now you saw that it takes about 10 or 15 seconds to enable itself, and then when it's done doing that handshake with the watch, you've got the option here checked to on, and I can always turn it back off again. Now what I'm going to do as a demo is turn off the phone. I'm going to put on my mask now, and the next thing I'm going to do is unlock it with my mask on. Let's see what happens here. So I'm going to get my watch in frame. I'm going to put my phone up over here. And as you can see, we are unlocked and in my phone. Now, if I want to lock the phone again, I can, of course, just turn it off, and that will take care of everything. But you'll notice that on the watch, we have an option here to lock the phone again. And if I tap that, it immediately will lock the phone back up so that somebody who unlocks your phone nefariously by putting a mask on and being close enough to you, you can immediately disable that. And now that I have done that, the phone is locked from any more unlocking until I type in the passcode manually. So even with my face here in front of it, it is not unlocking and requires the passcode. So you do have the ability to react quickly to turn that phone back off again, but you got to do it quick because that prompt on the watch does disappear after a few seconds. So it's definitely something that you probably don't want to have on all the time. Again, all somebody's got to do is put a mask on and be close enough to you and they can unlock the phone and get into it. And that's why this is not a default behavior. Now, one thing that it doesn't do is authenticate apps that require a Face ID authentication. So right now I've got my Unify app here about to be loaded up. And if I click on this without the mask on, it identifies my face and lets me into my router's control panel here to see what's going on. Now, I'm going to turn off the phone again. I'm going to put my mask back on, and you'll see that we can unlock the phone like we did before. But when we go into the Unify app, it's not going to work at all. So let's go back to the phone here. I'm going to just open up the thing here, and now you can see that it's requiring a passcode to get into the Unify app, because none of the apps that you use that require face authentication will allow you to have a mask on. You still have to type the password in. So this will be useful for getting into your phone, maybe checking your email and messages, but for apps where you need an added layer of authentication, this is not going to work with the mask feature. You're going to have to type in that passcode again. I think I would have liked the option to maybe just tap on the watch to allow me to get in with the mask on, but it looks like Apple is erring on the side of caution here. So again, just be careful with this feature. I would probably turn it off when you don't need it, and know that a lot of the protections that you have with somebody trying to unlock the phone when you're sleeping, for example, will not necessarily apply here. So if you sleep with your watch on and have that watch unlocked, your kid could walk into the bedroom, put something over your face or put something over their face and get into the phone without you knowing it. So just be aware of that. Some of the things that Face ID adds from a security perspective this definitely takes away, but it does add some convenience, and that's always the trade-off, safety versus convenience. So use it at your own risk here, but it's now available, and I think a lot of people will get some use out of this feature. Until next time, this is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, Tom Albrecht, Mark Bollinger, Sergio Morales, Mark Dell, Jim Gallagher, and Stephen Sue. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.